I'm telling you, do not make me get out this car. I am not playing with you. Trying to get out the car. I wanted to hit him.
It's been a long day. You just want to go away. You can't sleep at night. And now I'm here. I can't promise tomorrow. But you're gonna feel out today. We can tangle it away.
Hi, special spirits of light. Yes. Hello. Happy 50,000 subscribers. Yay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50. Yay. I am so freaking psyched. I'm so glad y'all here today. So today we're going to do story time. Yes, with Spirit again. ASMRTheChew. And you know, because I'm the Chew, we're going to be eating on some chips. Get your soda, your drinks, your water, your popcorn, your candy, whatever you need to do. Pause the video right here and go get it. And we're going to get started. Okay, these are the steakhouse onion Funyuns. Ooh, y'all ever ate the steakhouse Funyuns? It is so, not Funyuns, oh my God. The onion ring, the onion, big onion ball. Oh my God, it's so freaking good. But, yeah, so I was excited when I saw these Funyuns. I was thinking, hey, story time. Yeah, you guys. So I have mentioned that I learned my lesson about dating someone who lives in the same apartment complex, work on a job, because when things don't go good no more, they start to show up at your door or on your job. So, okay. These are good. Oh my God. They so good. I gotta try to get through this story time, guys, because it's hot in my car. I'm running out of gas. I can't turn the AC on. I'm gonna be stuck here. Okay. I met this guy when I first moved to Texas. And it was innocent. I saw him at the mailbox. He saw me. And we spoke to each other. He seemed really friendly. And he was asking me about the pool. He asked me have I ever been in a pool. I can talk to him, but I don't know. And he said that he lived near the pool and they throw pool parties all the time. That's the only thing he don't like. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, no. I was got into, I can't swim. I don't do the pool thing. And we just started talking. And he said, how long you been living around here? I said, oh, I just moved in October. And he said, oh, I'm just moving in October. He said, I was staying with a friend, but then my friend got married, and his new wife said that I couldn't stay there no more, so I had to get my own place. Well, good for you. He was like, no, I was trying to save money because I need a new car, and this kind of set me back. I kind of understood, you know. And he said, do you like African food? Now, no. I was honest. I said, no, I really don't. I don't. And he said, well, how much of it have you tried? I said, just enough to know that I ain't really feeling it. And he was from Africa. He's from Nigeria. But he also said he was from a tribe because he had like 3 cuts and his head like cut like a triangle, which was really awkward because when I'm talking to him, instead of looking at him in his eyes, I was just looking at his head like, it was just so obvious. His teeth, they were sharpened, sharpened, like all the way, like triangles. And I remember saying something to my daughter about it, but as I started to get to know him, he told me that everybody from his tribe get those markings on their teeth and in their head, and even the women. And they do this to you while you are a freaking kid. Okay. So, once he explained to me, you know, some things about himself, he was telling me, he immediately started telling me about the markings on his body because I guess he knew, like, they stood out. And I respect him because it was a part of his culture, his tribe, you know. And he was like, I've got my favorite African place that I like to go eat. And, you know, we should try it together. And I know you will love it. So I told my daughter that I met a guy at the mailbox. And we're going out on a date. And yeah, my daughter asked me, was he attractive? No, he wasn't attractive. The thing that made him unattractive to me was it wasn't the fact that he had a bald head. It was the fact that his bald head came into a point. He had like a point in the middle of his head, like the freaking pyramid, okay? He was like pointy up there, okay? And hair wasn't just bald because he cut it bald. It was bald because he was bald, period. But I told my daughter I wasn't going to judge him on his looks because he might turn out to be a really great person. And anyway, it's nothing wrong with making friends because, you know, when you first move to a place, you start to get bored. And somebody that's already there, you get to start to, you know, explore, see the city. And you have somebody to see the city with. I was thinking on those terms. So, when you go to the restaurant, and it's one of those places where you point to what you want. Everything was basically had meat in it. Everything. There was nothing just chefs. Was just simple. So he cracked up laughing, and he said he laughed so hard because he said the look on my face when I saw the food was hilarious. He said, but don't worry, I'll take you somewhere where you want to eat and get you something to eat. So we did. We ended up going somewhere to get me something to eat. And we sat in the car and we basically talked. And he turned out to be a freaking cool person. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, this is a cool guy. I like this guy. He's real cool. Like, the conversation was good. We was talking eye to eye. It was good. And then one day, he invited me out. I'm going to tell you, we done went out 4 times. And each time we went out, it wasn't for a long time because he explained to me that he works a very important job and he works with a lot of numbers. So he has to have a good amount of sleep at night to be able to get through his job. So after 9, 10 o'clock, I didn't see him. I didn't bother him. He didn't text me. He didn't call me. We were just friends. It wasn't no big deal. One day he called me. He said, hey, I'm going down to the dealership. Do you want to see my new car that I'm going to get? I was like, okay, wow, no problem. I was actually excited for him. We were so excited going down to the dealership. When we got there, they told him it's going to be a few hours to go through the formalities for him to be able to get the car. And I told him, I was like, well, can you take me back home? Because I really don't want to, like, I'm not healthy enough to be like, just be sitting down here and sitting in the car for hours. And he was like, it's not going to take that long. Just give me 2 hours. So I was down there for 2 hours. It got to the point where I said, well, let me call my daughter. I had my daughter come and get me. Because from what he explained, is that he needed to leave with the car. And I was thinking, okay, he's leaving with the car. He must be trading the car in. That's what I was thinking. Good old water. Okay. These things got a spicy kick to it. Just so you know. And so he told me that the lady said it was going to take a few more hours. And I said to him, I called him by his name. I said, what you going to take that long? Like, something's not right. That's ridiculous. And he says, well, I'll call you later. Can I call you later? I said, yeah, you can call me later. So I went home. I didn't think none of it. The next day, he told me he had a gift for me. And he wanted to bring it to me. Now, mind you, even though we lived in the apartments, I never told him exactly where I lived at. But I would just meet him, like, where his apartment at, and get in the car with him, and we would go. And he said, what's your apartment number? I'm going to bring it to you. I wasn't even thinking. I gave it to him. I wasn't even thinking. Oh, my God, what the freak was I thinking? I'm looking out the window, and, you know, our gate code, to get in, you have to go past my side window, and then once you turn in, I can see you through my front window. So I'm at the side window looking for him to come in and everything. I don't see him. So I go to the front window. I'm looking for his car. I don't see him. I said, oh, stop. He must be in his new ride. So get a knock at the door. I open up the door like, hey. And he's like, hey, this is for you. I open it up. And it was just some ointment. And he said his country used for pain. And I don't know, I was really happy. I was like, well, thank you so much. He's like, yeah, if you rub this on your leg and on your body where you hurt at night, you'll feel better in the morning. He's like, this is what everybody uses in my family. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you so much. You know, I was like really appreciative. So then he was like, are you busy? And I was like, no. He was like, well, can I come inside? I was like, no. He was like, well, because I don't have my own room. You know, I live with my kids. My kids live with me. This is like a survival apartment at the time. At the time, you know, all three us stayed in a one-bedroom apartment together. And he was like, oh, okay, can we sit on the porch? And I was like, okay, well, let me get some chairs. So I went and got some chairs and we sat outside and we talked. I made us some iced tea and we laughed. And then when my kids came home, Dream and Nadine went somewhere together. When they came home, we were sitting on the front porch talking. And I introduced them to him. And once they got in the house, I could kind of hear them snickering a little bit. So once my friend left, my daughter was like, Mom, what's wrong with his head? My son said when he smiled, I think I was in complete shock. Is he a vampire? I said, no, he ain't no freaking vampire. They fell out. They were cracking up laughing. And I was like, but you know what? He might turn out to be a really, really good guy. Okay, yeah, he's not the most attractive, you know? So what? So, in my head, even though he may not have been the most attractive, he was respectful, he was considerate, he was sweet. We had fun conversations. I enjoyed being out in Houston with him. I enjoyed the guy. He was a fun type guy. So even though I didn't find myself like wanting to kiss him or get close to him, give him a hug here and there. But we never got like intimate or close. It was like something that he was unattractive when it came to that part, I'll admit. But I liked him really as a friend. Like I didn't even want to lose him as a friend. He was somebody I thought that he would probably be one of my lifelong friends because he was such a great person. So he went home. That night he calls me. It was like 10 o'clock. He never calls me after 8 o'clock. Like I don't hear nothing from him. So I answer the phone. And I said, hey, what's up? He said, hey, is it possible you can give me a ride to work tomorrow? Why? He says, well, I didn't get the new car. I was like, okay, where's your old car? He's like, can I tell you about that another day? I'm really kind of feeling depressed. I really don't want to talk about it. Where you work at? He told me where he worked at. And basically he worked literally, he worked literally an hour and a half away from my house. And with traffic, it could take 2 hours. I was like, oh, is there anyone else you can ask? And he was like, I don't want to ask my friend. I don't want to ask his wife. I just was really hoping you can help me out. If I take you to work, you're going to have to put the gas back in the car. And I also had some things that I need to do. So I'm going to have to take you earlier so that I can still make my appointment. Gotta go. Tell y'all about later. Bye. Okay, spirits of lights, I am back. Whew. I done ate. My lipstick is gone. Basically off my mouth. I done had some Chick-fil-A. I done got my nails done. If I can't see them because it's already trying to get dark out here. I don't know if you can see them or not. But yeah, I got my nails done. May 1st is Monday. Month of May is going to be the Mother's Day month. So I got nails that were more soothing and towards the Mother's Day color, which was the softest. It's like a lavender, but it's almost like a nude lavender, and I kind of like it. And then I got like a little shimmery right here on the ring finger. Yeah. Okay, so let me try to finish this story for you guys before it gets too dark. And then when I get home, I'm going to edit it for you and put it up. Yes. He said he didn't want to talk about it. He wanted to wait. He'll tell me about it when he got a chance. He seemed pretty sad, upset. I didn't know what the situation was, but I told him I would take him to work. Now, when I took him to work, it was alright. We talked on the way there, and he stopped, got us breakfast. I was like, okay, cool. Dropped him off for work. He seemed really grateful. So I was like, okay. See you later. I went on with my day. About 4 o'clock, I was with my daughter. My phone rang. It was him. I said, hey. He said, what time you gonna pick me up? I was looking at my phone like, I wasn't planning on picking you up. He said, well, I don't have a ride home. I said, well, ask a colleague or somebody. He's like, after you guys come get me, I said, it's not the point of coming to get you. You didn't tell me that you was going to need me to pick you up, and I'm already in the middle of something. Oh, my brother was like, Mom, it's okay. We can do it tomorrow. Let's go pick him up. Well, I hate for him to be stuck at work. So me and my daughter rides down there to get home. But to be honest with you, I kind of had an attitude. I just like, I was feeling like some type of way. But I was trying to shake it before I got to him. Because I didn't want that to affect our friendship. So when I seen him, he got in the car. He was grateful, was happy. And he was like, I'm so glad you came to get me. Okay. I had, what's going on with your vehicle? Where's your car? Oh, I don't want to talk about it in front of your daughter. I said, okay. I left him alone. And he's like, I gotta make a stop before we go home. So then I was like, we on the highway. I'm taking you straight home. Like, my plans were pick him up. And let me tell you, I didn't take no gas from him. Because I already still had gas in the car from this morning when I had dropped him off. I mean, from that morning when I dropped him off. I'm sorry, you guys. I said this morning. I'm back in a moment. Y'all know how I am. I go back in the moment. Okay? And I was just planning on getting him out of my freaking car. I don't know. I just felt some type of way, you know. And maybe I was wrong. I shouldn't have felt some type of way, but I did. And I was like, we on the highway. I'm taking you straight home. He was like, well, I got a bill to pay. And this is the last day. If I had my car, I would stop here and I got work, pay it, please, you know. Okay. We go to a furniture store. He paid his bill. He comes out to the car. He said, could you just drive across the street? I just want to get me something to eat. I said, okay. I tried to stay calm. I really did. I felt something coming. And when he got in the car, he was smiling. You know, he had like this big, wide smile. You know, and he was just like, you're a really good person. You're a good person. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I was just saying to myself, I can't wait to get you out my car. Okay. And then I took him across the street to get him something to eat. He got him something to eat and everything. My daughter was like, Mom, stay calm. It's almost over. Like she could see me getting to the point where I'm about to tell him, he lucky I'm taking his tail home. Don't ask me to get off this highway to stop no more. So he gets in the car with his food. I don't know if it was because I was irritated, but the food smelled different. Okay, I'm gonna use the word different because I'm being kind, because it just didn't smell good to me at the time, and it might not have smelled good because I was irritated. I don't know what the case may be. He was back there. He was eating with his hands. He was digging in the food, slopping it in his mouth. So I said, "What are you eating?" He said he was eating Kirby goat. I was like, "You can't wait till you get home? I'm hungry. I want to eat now." I'm like, "Okay." Then my daughter was like, "Oh, that smells kind of weird." Because see, she's like vegetarian. Like, you know what I mean? She don't do meat at all. Like, even smelling meat makes her sick to her stomach. But I don't know what was in this curry goat, but it just smelled weird as hell, okay? We rolled out all the windows and everything. And I was telling him, I was like, my daughter's a vegetarian. I don't eat meat. I don't claim to be like vegetarian, just don't eat meat. But I was like, the smell is weird, you know? And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just hungry. This is good food. Y'all don't know good food." And he might have been right. He might have been right. We just didn't know good food, but it didn't smell good to me at the time. And my daughter was gagging, okay? So we get him home. He gets out the car. He thanked me. Hi, spirits of light. I'm home. Yes, I didn't get to finish the story in the car because my memory on my card was full, and then my battery just said, I'm tired, I'm out, I'm gone. So I just laid back in the car while my daughter was getting her nails done, and Spirit Girl passed out. Yes, good. I was asleep. I was sleeping so good, but she came and knocked on the window. But I'm gonna finish this story. I said at first I said, you know what? I had like about videos that I need to unload from yesterday, today. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna unload the videos for you guys so some of you will have something to enjoy before you go to bed or when you wake up, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I unloaded some videos for you. I'm waiting for my video to say thank you for the 50,000 likes. I'm waiting for that video to upload. And then once that video upload, I am going to go to bed. Yes. No, first I'm going to take a shower, take off all this makeup. And, of course, the she. And, yes, Spirit Girl going to bed. But let me finish with the story. Okay. Now, let me think. Where did I leave off at? I think I left off at...
You put your knuckles inside my shoulder a couple of times. Like just put your knuckles in it, like your elbow.
Where? You hurt right here?
Like in that crease.
Okay. You like you got scratched them like right there on your chin.
You're right on the meaty part.
Right here?
Mm-hmm. Go back over there.
Right here?
Go back that way.
This way? Which way?
Like hit it here.
Right here?
There you go.
Aren't your muscles tight from working out, or just hurt?
I think so. There's like an itch that I can't scratch right there. Get deep in there. Press harder more. Towards the middle right here.
Right here?
Right here. Right here. Okay, right there. Okay, that's what I have to do.
Got it?
Yeah.
You want to leave? No, not a leave. An Advil?
No, I just need something like that.
Okay.
It's not sore, it's just...
Okay. Okay, hopefully my son don't interrupt me no more tonight. Let me go ahead and get this video done. Okay, where was I at? I remember getting him home and basically just being done with him. And I was planning on just ducking him and basically not having nothing else to do with him because I was just totally like turned off, you know. I don't know why, but I just was done, you know. He gets out the car. He thanks me. He's gone. He's on his merry way. I drives around where I live at, and I park. And me and my daughter was talking. I told my daughter, I'm so done with him. Like, I don't even care to even be friends with him no more at this point. I went in the house. I took a shower. I laid down. And then me and my daughter was talking about him some more. And we was talking about the food and the way it smelled and everything. I hear the phone ring. I look at it. It was him. I was going to ignore it. Like I wasn't going to answer it at all. But I answered it. I already made up my mind. If he asked me for a ride, I was going to say no. Absolutely not. That was it. And since he was calling me, I can get it over with. And if we're not friends no more, we're not friends no more. He says to me, I want to thank you for helping me out. I really appreciate it. And I don't know how I would have got home if you had never came and got me. I said, oh, okay, no problem. I said, well, I hope everything worked out with you and your car and everything. I got a busy rest of the week, so I'm going to talk to you later. He was like, okay. Next morning, there's a knock at the door. I go to the door. It's him. I open it. He got his lunch bag and his briefcase. I said, I'm not taking you to work. Nope. He was like, I really need you to help me out. It'll just be for a couple more days. I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. He said, I don't want to lose my job. I'm going to lose my apartment. So I said, what happened to your freaking car? He said, well, my car, I shipped it to Africa. I said, you did what? I shipped the car to Africa. I said, why? He said, well, that day that I was down at the car dealership, a lady told me it would be a while and everything. And she told me that I can pick the car up. I couldn't pick it up that day, but I can pick it up on Friday. And since I was getting a new car, I went ahead and shipped my car immediately to Africa because my family needed it. So I said, you ship your car to Africa before you actually took the car that they promised you that you can have off the lot. He said, yeah. I said, well, how did you get home? He said, my friend came and got me. He told me I can use his car for the next few days. And I've been calling him, and he haven't answered, he haven't picked up. I was like, okay, I'm sorry about your situation, but like, I can't do it. I don't have the patience for it. He said, well, I'm going to give you, he said, take me to work this time. I'll fill the car up with gas. I just need you to get me there. I'll get a ride home. And when he said he filled the car up with gas, I said, okay, well, if you fill the car up with gas, I could save some money. Because at the time, my life was stressed. Like, I needed every dime I can get. So I let him fill up the car, and I took him to work that morning. And on the way to work that morning, he said to me, he said, is it possible that I could use the car to take myself back and forth to work since you have two cars? I said, no, I don't have two cars. My daughter have one and I have a car. And he says, I can pay you a couple of $100 if you just let me use it for this week. So I talked to my daughter about it. And my daughter said, yeah, if he pay us $200, he can use the car all week long, and we can put the $200 towards the rent. So I told him, I said, okay. But he said, but can you at least pick me up tonight, and then I'll take myself to work the rest of the week, and I'll pay you the $200. So when I picked him up, he had to make all these stops again. Basically, he put gas in the car, but then he used up all the gas, plus my time and the inconvenience. I was trying to just hold on to the fact that he's going to pay me $200 to use this car, just probably for about a good 4 days. And, I knew he had a license. I knew where he lived at. So I let him use the car. The first day he used the car, he knocked on the door and told me thank you. He appreciated it. He actually brought me the keys to the car the first day and said he'll pick them back up in the morning. And I was like, okay. So the next morning he picked up the keys. That night he brought the keys back. The next morning he picked up the keys. Like, he never kept the car. One morning, he didn't bring me the keys. I didn't think nothing of it. I went looking for the car. The car was outside the house. It was right outside my window, right there, parked. And I called him. I said, hey, you didn't bring me the keys. He said, my friend is taking me to work now, so I don't need to use the car. Thank you. I said, okay. And I was happy that his friend was back, taking him to work. So he only used the car for about 3 days. Me and my daughter going out. And we goes to get in the car. My daughter says, the car mirror. The mirror is missing. You know, the mirror was missing on the driver's side. So when it was parked at my window, you couldn't see it. You couldn't see nothing wrong with the car. My daughter was like, what the freak? The whole mirror is gone. So I tried to stay calm. I called him. He wouldn't answer the phone. I said, okay, I'll call him when he get off work. He wouldn't answer the phone. So Saturday morning, I goes to his house. I said, what happened to the mirror? I don't think it was ever there. What? I don't remember seeing it. I said, so you know my car mirror is missing. And it's hard to drive without the driver's mirror. He said, well, I didn't realize that the mirror was missing. And then I realized that it was hard to drive without it. So that's why I parked it and asked my friend to take me back and forth to work. I said, we're going to go get an estimate today, and you're going to fix the mirror. He said, no, I just gave you $200 to use. I said, that was to use the car. You used it for 3 days. That ain't got nothing to do with my mirror being missing on the freaking car. So he was like, okay, I tell you what, I'll get it fixed. I'll get it fixed. Give me till my next paycheck next week, and I'm gonna get it fixed. I said, okay. So I left the car parked. We couldn't drive it because it didn't have the mirror. We didn't want to drive it. It was unsafe. The next following week come. Now, mind you, we're not trying to hang out no more. We're not even. I felt like we wasn't even friends no more. And asked him what he's gonna do with the mirror. He's like, stop calling me, harassing me about the mirror. Stop calling you, harassing you about the mirror. I said, listen, I was nice enough to let you use the car. You're going to pay for this mirror. So, me, my son, Dream, and my daughter, we went to his house and told him that he's going to pay for the mirror. Or he's going to see us every day. So he said, yeah, you know what? I'm going to pay for the mirror. I'll pay for the mirror. I didn't mean to break the mirror. I was going through a drive-thru and I hit something and it came off. He said, but I'm sorry and I'm going to pay for it. So we went and went to a body shop, and we got an estimate, and they told him how much it was going to cost to get it fixed. And he gave us an appointment to come in and get our mirror fixed. And then on that day, he was like, well, instead of giving you the money, I'm just going to go down there and I'll pay for it. I said, okay, no problem. So he says to me, my friend said that he can't come get me at a certain time since I got to go with you, pay for the mirror. I don't have a ride to work. Can you at least give me a ride to work? I seriously wish I would have said, no, I'm not giving you a ride to work. I was like, fine. But I was thinking in my mind, I just wanted the mirror fixed. I just wanted the mirror fixed because the whole thing was missing. The whole mirror, the frame was messed up, the body work, everything was just like, it looked bad. So I really wanted it to get fixed. The amount that it came to, I didn't have that kind of money, and I definitely didn't deserve to pay it after I looked out for him and let him use the car. So I said, okay, I'll give you a ride to work. Now, When I gave him a ride to work, it was quiet. He didn't say nothing to me. I damn sure didn't say nothing to him. I wouldn't even look over at him. And he would just had his briefcase and his lunch bag. He was just sitting straight up. He was upset. He had to pay for the car. So when I get him to work, he tells me where to pull over at his job. And he asked me, he said, could you wait a second? Let me see which door is open to make sure I can get in. And I'm like, okay, no big deal. I'm saying to myself, like, I wish you hurry up so I can get back on the highway because I had a long way to go. I see a lady and man comes out the door with him. So I ain't think nothing of it, you know. Okay. He opens up the car and he gets his briefcase and his lunch bag. And he said, don't call me. Don't text me. Don't keep asking me to go out. Don't keep harassing me. I never want to see you again. I am done with you. I want you to understand I want nothing to do with you. I'm looking. He's on the passenger side. Got the door wide open. These people outside with him. And I'm looking. I got my hand on the steering wheel looking at him like he out his mind. I'm like, what the freak are you talking about? He's telling me something. You get it through your head. Get it through your head. I don't want you. I don't want you. I said, shut my door. He holding on to the handle. I said, shut my door. In my mind, I was thinking, you crazy mother. I'm going to pull the freak off. I'm getting the hell up out of here. He going to hold the door open. And I don't know who these people were. I don't know if they was his cheerleaders or whatever. But they out there talking about, he's a nice man. He's a gentleman. He doesn't deserve to be harassed. You're not supposed to keep harassing a person who doesn't want you. Leave him alone. And I'm... I was like, okay. And I looked over to him. I said, look, I'm telling you, do not make me get out this car. I am not playing with you. Shut my door and get away from my car. Blocking your number, and you're not allowed to keep on coming to my apartment, bothering me, harassing me. I no longer want to see you. And I said, okay. So when he kept on talking junk, I turned the car engine off. I opened up the door and I was trying to get out the car. While I was trying to get out the car, but I felt like I just wanted to hit him. When I went to jump out the car, he started running. And then the lady and the guy that was with him beat him to the door. And as I'm going up to the door, he slams the door shut, right? I start walking back to my car. I was cursing that be out. I was so freaking mad. I said, you bastard. You know, they won't tell you what he did. He was so mad about the car. He knew that our friendship was over. He knew I was so done with him. So what he did, I don't know. But when he got to work, he went and got his cheerleading squad, brought them outside so that he could tell me to freak off. Okay. And he did. He stood up there in his little suit and tie, his little pointy bald head, and told me to freak off. I said, my daughter fell out. We couldn't help but laugh because it was so funny. It wasn't funny when it happened because I was so mad. I was so pissed off, you know. And what's crazy is about 6 months pass and I get this long letter from him apologizing and asking, could we start over? I was like, okay, first of all, you was able to really end our friendship by call yourself telling me off. You got the upper hand. Why? How in the hell you get the? How in the world you get the upper hand and then you contact me back talking about you want to start over? He knocks on my door and he kept on coming by. But see, when he came by, this time I didn't open the door. I didn't open the door at all. I think about maybe like the third time he came by, I opened the door and I said, look, don't knock on this door no more. I don't understand why you don't like me. I don't understand why you don't want me. I said, okay, all right. I don't know if you understand how serious I am about knocking on my door. My son comes to the door and tells him, my son trying to buff up and everything. He's like, look, man, my mom said don't knock on the door no more. Don't knock on the door. You knock on the door, we're going to have a problem. Oh, okay, no problem, no problem. When he saw my son, he turned to a straight chicken, okay? He was scared to death. The person who talked all that junk, I took him to work, that person left the room, okay? He never bothered me no more after that. But he had continued. It got to the point where I had to block him. I had to block my email from him. And now, till this day, I'm telling you, today is, what is today? April. Today is April 26th. He contacted me 3 weeks ago, asking me on my Facebook, can you make my world beautiful with flowers? I'm going to tell you what I did. I said, block. It's crazy because sometimes you just don't know. Like when you meet people, you thinking that you're going to have like this, you hoping for a great relationship, maybe a boyfriend, maybe a girlfriend out of it. But sometimes it goes straight to the left. So I will never, ever, ever date someone who live in the same apartment complex as myself or who works on my job. Ever, 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 ever again. It was just too much. Because once a person, there's bad blood, you expected not to hear from that person, but you got to cross them at the mailbox. And then they feel like, oh, let me just go knock on the door. Because they're in the same apartment complex. Let me tell you, I found out forever got the car from the car dealership because his credit wasn't good enough to get the car. And I'm going to leave it like that. That's it. That's it. That's what I found out. He never got the car. He never, ever got the car. This fool done sent his car over to Africa. And he never even got the car. I mean, how you going to count your eggs before they hatch?